Hello everyone, welcome to another day of Mat Pilates at home workouts. Today we are going to be using a cute little booty band. We're going to wrap this around our quads to get started, and we're going to be focusing on our side glutes, our inner thighs, and our legs as we're moving today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to wrap the booty band around my thighs. Now I like to go above my knees so I avoid my knee joint, and I'm able to get a little bit better connection through the sides of my legs. Now, before we start moving like crazy here, I'm just gonna have you do some gentle presses on the outside of that band, just getting the side glutes to warm up. Now, if you're like, Violet, what are my side glutes? They're the muscles that sit on the outsides of your glutes and kind of come back into the back of your hip bones. You have two of them. You have glute med and glute min, which are your two smaller glute muscles. Now, these are important muscles because they allow us to stabilize through our hip joint on the outside of our leg. We have three more like this, 2, and 1. And then from here, I want you to go ahead and come laying down on your back. We're gonna move into some bridge work to warm our body up just a little bit here. So big inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we're gonna roll all the way up into the top of a bridge. Inhale to hold at the top of the bridge. Little press on the band 3 times. 2 and 1. Now keep the pressure on the outside of the band. Feet are digging down into the floor and roll all the way back down. Again, let's roll up. Press 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way back down. Again, let's roll it up. Let's press out on the band for 3, 2, and 1. Hold that pressure. Roll all the way back down. Take a breath. Again, let's roll up. 3 presses on the band. 3, 2, and 1. Keep that pressure on the band and hold. From here, we're going to lift the heels and lower the heels. I'm going to walk my feet just a little closer to my body as I'm moving here, pressing my arms down into the ground. Shoulders are wide and our chin is off our chest. We have 3 more like this. 2. Last one, hold it there. Drop the heels down. We're going to move into marches. Lift the right leg up, lower it back down. Lift the left leg up, lower it back down. And we're going to continue in these marches. My glutes are loose, my hips are high, and my shoulders are pressing into the ground. Remembering, it is not a crazy extension through the spine, just a lift through the hips. That lower back abdominals, kind of this area right below your legging line, should be engaged and not overly extending up to the ceiling. Keep the right foot up. We're going to roll all the way down through the spine, and then we're going to roll all the way back up. Keep moving like this. Most of the time when we move in bridges with a single leg, the leg that is up in the air likes to come a little bit lower through the hip than the opposite leg. So I want you to think about pushing that right hip up to the ceiling and keeping it lifted as you roll back down. We have 2 more. Last one, let's hold it there. Now I want you to reach the right leg away and bend it in 5 times. 4, 3, 2, we're going to go into a little burnout. Bend that knee back down to the floor. Step 1 foot out, then the other foot out. Then 1 foot in, then the other foot in. Now, it does not need to be a full extension. It can be huge or small. I just want the hips to stay at the same place in relation to those ribs the entire time. Breathing deep. Last one. Bring the legs back in, drop the toes back down to the ground. We're going to go back into our lifts and lowers, but before we do, roll all the way back down through the spine, shake everything out, take a little breath. Again, we're going to roll up, keeping pressure on the outside of that band, alternating which heel we lift. Then let's move into our full marches. So lifting right leg and lowering, lifting left leg and lowering. And as I'm here, my chin is off my chest, my spine is long, and again, my hips are trying to stay as stable as possible, imagining there's just a nice little platter on your hips. We're trying to keep it from falling from one side to the other. This time, let's keep the left leg up in the air. We're going to roll all the way out of our bridge and all the way back up. Keep moving. 3 more. 2. Last one here. Let's roll all the way up into that bridge and hold. Extending the leg and bending the leg while my hips stay high in the sky. We have 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, set the foot back down. We're going back into our out, out, in, out, out, in. But now let's transition to our toes. So we're gonna walk one toe out, then the other toe out, other toe in, other toe in. Keep alternating. 2 more. Last one. Bring it back in. Lower your heels down. Drop your hips an inch or 2 off the ground. And then we're just going to do little opens and closes on those knees. You have 5 more like this. Your butt should maybe be an inch off your hands. Just in that nice little hip lift position. Your core should be firing. 2. Last one. Hold it there. Bring the right leg up into a tabletop position. Press out and in on the band. You're going to have to push into your left leg and make sure that left shoulder stays down on the ground. 2 and 1. Set the foot back down. Let's switch to the other side. Bring the left leg up. Same presses out and in on that band, keeping the right shoulder down into the ground. 2 and 1. From here, drop the hips all the way down to the floor. Bring the legs up into the air and tabletop. I'm going to drag my band a little bit back up my thighs because it slid down. Hands are going to come to either side of the legs. Let's roll up into an ab prep. You're going to extend a leg. Hold. Now I want you to have active pressure on the outside of the band and try to square up through those hips. We're going to drop up and down through those legs. Keeping the pressure on the band consistent from both hips. You can also bring the head back down to the floor if that feels safer. Now we're going to hold. Hands come behind the head. Bicycles. My head stays stable, just my legs are moving, but the pressure on my band stays wide, so your knees are not coming close to each other as you bend it back in. Last one. Opposite side lowers and lifts. Keeping that pressure on the outside of the band, filling your abs engage. 2 more. Last one. Bend the knees back in. Hold. From here, you're going to go ahead and carefully and slowly come rolling onto one side. Now I'm going to bring my hand underneath my head. My knees are going to be stacked one over the other, and this is where pulling the band up a little bit may make more sense. Now in this position, I want my hips to be as stacked as possible. So pushing my top hip away just slightly and popping my glutes as my rib cage stays lifted off the ground. We're going to do a tiny little clamshell. Now I know sometimes you see cute fitness videos online that have the knees moving in really big ranges of motion, but we miss out on getting the side glute to really activate and instead end up using the ribs and the spine to move the leg. So here we're just isolating that side glute work. If you're not feeling it, you may need to bring your top hip forward another inch or 2. I know I just had to. We have 3 more like this. 2 and 1. Stay there. Now we're going to kick the top leg away and then bend it back in. As I'm moving here, keeping my top rib cage lifted, bottom rib cage lifted, and my glutes stacked one over the other. My top hip likes to go back as I kick that leg out, but I'm going to try to keep it forward. Woo, I'm starting to feel my side glute. Last one, let's hold it there. Little circles for 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to melt all the way straight out with our legs and let that left leg hit into the floor. Now for this next one, you're welcome to have your head rest on your upper arm, or you can bend your elbow and kind of give yourself a nice little hold for your shoulder if you would like, whichever one feels better here. I'm just going to set my head down on my arm. From here, my legs are in the same line as my torso. My bottom rib cage is lifted. I'm going to lift the top leg up, flex, and lower. Single leg lift here. This is part of our very classical Pilates layers. This is our first exercise in our side leg lift. 1 more. Let's hold it up and breathe. Now from here, I want you to kick the leg forward and kick it back while trying to keep your hips stacked one over the other, pushing through your top leg. You have 2 more. Last one. Now we're going to stay back into the center. Reach the arm over the head. Bend the knee and stretch the knee. Same with that elbow. If that feels like too much, take the elbow out of it and rest it onto the floor. 2 more. Last one. Hand comes down to the side of the hip. We ready for our side bend. We're going to lift our top leg up. Lift our bottom leg up. Start to side bend. Lower all the way back down. Again, top leg lifts, bottom leg lifts. Start to side bend and lower back down. We'll do one more like this, and then we're going to take the lift of the legs out and just combine it with the arms. Side bend, lower back down. Now we're going to move into our side bends. Exhaling as we side bend. Inhale as we melt back down. Exhale as we side bend. Inhale as we melt back down. You have 3, 2. Last one, stay up, hold, start to rotate, come all the way up into a teaser, extend the legs. We're gonna open and close the legs for 10, 9, 8. Open that chest up a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're gonna come straight into our second side, rolling onto our second side, coming into our clamshells. Head is supported by the hands. We're gonna open the top knee and close it. And as I'm breathing here again, I'm trying to make sure that bottom rib cage is lifted. My glutes are stacked one over the other. Whoo! Starting to get a little shaky here. Trying not to use the top glute. You're using that, or not trying not to use the bottom glute. You're using that top glute. Two more. Last one, let's hold it up. We're gonna reach the leg away and bend it in. Reach away, bend it in. Try to keep those hips as stacked as you can. Imagining you have a little shish kebab skewer going through both of your hips. And you want that skewer going right through the middle of your hip bone. Woo. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, hold there. You can turn out through the knee just a little bit if you're not feeling it in your side glute. Now let's do little lowers and lifts. Woo. Again, trying to get that spine as straight as you can here. I'm just fixing my own body. All of us have little rotations that naturally happen by certain things that we do in our day-to-day life. 2 more. Last one, we're going to do little circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the bottom leg. Melt all the way to the floor. We're going to lift the top leg up. Flex and lower. Lift up, flex and lower. Ooh, starting to feel that side glute really burning. Reach it up, flex and lower. You have 1 more. Lift it up, flex and lower. We're gonna lift the top leg. Lift top leg, lift bottom leg, lower. Lift top leg, lift bottom leg, and lower. You have 2 more like this. We added these in a little early on this side. That's okay. Lower all the way back down. Stay there. Lift the top leg up. We're going to do a kick forward and a kick back. I point as I kick forward. I flex as I come back. Keep moving. You should feel pressure on that band from both directions. Woo! Feel in our side glute and our back glute a little bit as we kick back. 2 more. Last one. Hold, lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, side bend up, lower all the way back down. Lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, side bend, lift up, lower all the way back down. Again, lift the top, lift the bottom, side bend, lower back down. 1 more. Now we're going to combine the 2. So moving into our side bend, hand comes to the top of the hip. We're going to come up into our side bend and lower all the way back down. Coming up into our side bend, lowering all the way back down, continuing to move. Ooh, I'm tippy today. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold. Scissor right and left for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze legs back together, melt back down. We have one more exercise here, pushing the right leg into the floor. We're gonna bend the left knee and the left arm. Bend in and out. Bend in and out. You have 3 more. 2. Last one, and then from here, we're gonna rotate into a quadruped position to finish out, hands and knees. Knees are gonna lift off the ground, little presses on the outside of the band for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push it back into a shell stretch, shaking everything out. I hope you guys loved today's workout. Very glute, side glute, and leg focused. Those upper legs should feel nice and warm. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for moving with me. Bye.